G'day folks, and welcome to World of Tanks with the magnificent Margon. I've been probably a little bit slack, but I've decided I'm not going to try and produce as many videos as I have been. I want to try and find some of my more memorable moments in particularly World of Tanks in general. As you can see, I'm currently using Circumflex's mod. I will put a link in the description below. Circon's one brings up the map display. Now I have altered a few different things in it. As you can see, I've changed the teams back to red. I've still got his purple line around the outside, things like that. So I did alter it back to more. The purple is great for vision impaired, but for me, it makes it more irritating for me. So because of that factor, I find it very hard to see. So I tried to figure it out, and Circon recently showed people how to do it in his mod pack. So it's been good. I've learnt a few things lately about XVM, and I've been slowly modifying it slightly to do what I want to do. As you can see, I haven't quite figured out how to change the damage model numbers from being purple, but all in all, that's okay. Now, that was, whatever it was that 430 meters away, roughly, probably 400 meters away, that shot. Now, I said to Kaz, I'm going to pull up around this train station and I'm going to play sniper. And Kaz has said to me, you're an IS-3. You are not a sniper. Well, I might not be a sniper. But 3 from 3? Yeah, I think I'm a sniper today. Yeah, it's just a pity. Like, 7 hit points, not worth it. But the Tiger 2 gun, yeah, it's worth taking out. And that's how I played this game. If I saw the threats and I could eliminate them quickly, I would. Now, interesting thing is, I'm outside of their spotting range, which means the 69 and the E100 is probably doing most of the spotting for me, which is beautiful. I can just sit here and do shots like this. And this is typical of how some of the games have been for me lately. The hand of Stalin, as they say, is the only thing that guides Russian shots, and Stalin must have loved me today. He was reaching down from the high heavens and saying, here you go, Margon, I will guide your shots for you. Even into an E5. Oh, this is just so unfair. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, these guys have no idea. They know there's someone up here pounding them. 400 damage each time basically is a decent amount of damage. And I don't know, it seems every time I take a few days to myself, go do a few other things and bits and pieces, come back and I play this, I have moments like this. Like, it's just a pity that the leg of the building was in the way. I don't know why I didn't move sooner then, but I had a feeling that he'd be back. So if I stay in this position, I'll be able to shoot. Oh, hello, E5 again. And on fire. Beautiful. Oh, he won't cross the railway track ever again, will he? But oh, like, there you go. There's 2,600 damage. Now this Lerva, I went, yeah, he's next. He has to go. He's been dancing around the bottom of that town too much. Now, Kaz has actually just died. Conqueror's killed him. He went over through that town on the left there. Up here. Where is he? Conqueror. He was somewhere over this way anyway. And if I hadn't moved out of my position where I was, I might have survived a little bit longer. But I was going up here more or less trying to help Kaz, and it's not going to work for me very well. The VK45 has had its armor on the front buffed, along with its upper plates and things like that, and it's just, this is where my battle goes sour. It was really disappointing. I had such a great battle too. If only I had survived a bit longer. I did get, I don't understand I detracked him there, but I don't understand why this VK45 was showing me his side. A few times he showed me his side. I almost took this guy out. It was just one of those things. I was like, what's going on? Why is this 45 doing it? And there's the E100. He's playing around. He's just taken out our Waffentrager E100. And I know that I'm going to die. But that was okay. It was an acceptable loss. But see, this guy's still side onto me. Okay, 409. Now, I've got to roll pretty high to take this guy out. Unfortunately, it's just not high enough. And that's why. And that's what I mean. I then decide loading Premier Round was the best next thing. The next best thing. And I've pulled back here. I know the 100's probably coming around. He hasn't started capping. He was pretty close to the cap. There he is. And nothing I could do. And it was irritatingly disappointing then. Yeah. But 3,035 damage. Yeah, I can say I had fun. A couple of guys left in a pretty good position left to finish. And 1390s there. Tortoise is there. E100. Our E100 is pretty well on full health. So is our Tortoise. So I'm pretty confident if these guys had started heading back, the little light tank and the medium tank E4, wherever he is over that way somewhere, would probably, I should say, probably will be able to clean up and finish this thing, because Kaz and I quit it out. We were like, yep, we've got to quit out. I had one more game to play, and it's on our Haluf. I'm going to actually show that to you right now. Give you 2 battles for 1 today. I felt a bit more generous today, more or less. But El Haluf, I wanted to show you the changes on it, and I had another game pretty much like this, and it was a disappointing end to such a great game. If I hadn't engaged the E100, probably stayed at the 45, I might have survived. I could have taken another hit from him, but the E100, he loaded up the heat round and just smashed me, and there was nothing I could do. The 45 was frontal onto me, so that made it very difficult. And I shot the gun mantle of the E100. I didn't have enough time to really pinpoint and aim for a location. He had his gun bearing on me already, so it was like, yeah, I'm dead. There's nothing I can do here. So it was just a pity. That's the way it goes. So let's go have a look at El Haluf now and see the changes that have gone about on it. Okay guys, here we are, El Haluf, KV2 battle. Must let you know though, I didn't really finish on a good note with that ice rip. We did win. Ended up earning myself 4,000 plus credits, XP, sorry, for all the work I did in that tank, which was amazing. Along with, I did about 40,000 odd credits I made and stuff like that. So all well and good, and it was all brilliant all at the same time, and it made me very, very happy. That's really, really annoying when that shit happens, but anyway. Now when I hopped in to this battle, basically I didn't know El Haluf very well. Very concerned about being a new map. There have been a lot of changes. As you can see, the 71's here, another sort of ramp point down here. You've still got this ramp point here. You've got their weavy points around, which isn't too bad. Like, they haven't changed over here to what I've been able to see. They've changed the village a little bit, but there's a heap of different changes. Biggest changes would probably be this point around here. It's no longer a valley. It's actually pretty well a flat driving point, and you do juke it out here. Except I noticed that after this battle, and I've played another one since this game, probably another 2, and this seems to be the common area we now fight in, because we can actually get around a lot further, and the enemy's not trying to juke out around this rock base here coming up the old hill. So it is interesting. There's big changes. Now Kaz did inform me though that On this side, if I can pull it out, if you're looking over to here points, I can't really do it because as soon as I push the button to move my mouse, I get a map in the middle of it, as you can see, so it's a bit hard to describe. But as the way Kaz is going around here, he informed me that this is a very big hotspot for scumbags to fire upon, because you don't have a lot of cover when you're crossing over the entry points, more or less, and things like that. So it comes down to your playing a bit of a gamble game going that way. And that's just the way it goes sometimes. Now, I thought, you know what, I'm going to be sort of a lemming, if that makes sense, and try to do the right moves, do the right tactics, and play it safe but aggressive at the same time. That's any consolation. I was a little bit annoyed that everyone decided, oh no, an AS3, let's all camp on this corner. Now, I could have actually done this with my thing and zoomed out and realised he wasn't facing me, but I didn't, and just fired, hit the ground underneath him, but did splash damage up through his tank, and oh, AS3, you poor tank. Now, he's fired, and I'm surprised the T25 didn't utilise that. The KV1 didn't utilise that and get him. No. Let's let KV2 take a damaging hit from him and do some more damage to him, while this Tiger 2, well, having lovely butt sex with him. That IS3 is just caught in the wrong position, unfortunately, but hey, that's the way it goes. Paired to now, I tried to line him up, come out sneakily, waiting, bounce his shot, didn't get the opportunity. Now, this is where we've now taken control. This is, if I show you, XVM says 36% win rate. We're not doing too badly at the moment. The Chaffee on the other team, monster player. Hats off to him. I couldn't believe it when I was playing this, how he basically he just tore through the team. He was spotting great. He was moving perfectly. He was really using the speed and mobility of that tank. And it's going to be a pity in the future to see a tank like that. It's sort of fair and not fair at the same time. Now there goes Kaz in the middle of an opening, and he was not happy now. He was really annoyed about that factor. That he got stuck in that position, and there's nothing you can do about it sometimes. Sometimes you just roll a bad dice, or you make a poor decision, and I've made plenty of them, playing tanks, plenty of them, and it's difficult. It is really difficult, but if you play it safe and constructive in the way you play your tanks, you can actually pull off some decent turnarounds. Many times when the odds have been stacked very much against Kaz and myself, we've pulled it off. Even when I used to play with I can't think of a bloody name now. Harlequin keeps coming to mind, but it's not Harlequin. What a nuisance. What a nuisance. Azura. It's a nuisance when you have a mind blank like that. You know exactly who you're talking about, but you just forget who you're talking about. It was more or less, I was playing games where I was going, alright, this is where I need to be, this is what I need to do, this is how I'm going to do it, this is when I'm going to do it. And I was playing those sort of battles. I just missed that T25AT. I have an email. So it's sort of, it's a gamble game. You've got to know and make decisions and have fun at the same time. Sometimes when, like Kaz and I were playing earlier, and we found it very frustrating, the fact that normally tanks that we do very well in were letting us down, and it was just, now what's this? Raw power. And I decided to move now. Time to change the engagement angle. You can't always attack in the same direction. I love it how everyone seems to be wanting to play Steam games now, just as I do recording. I need a new screen. I've got to find out how to get 3 screens for this thing. And this is where this Jaeger Panther 2 fell into a very, very big hole. And, oh, beautiful. Thankfully the T25 Tuck 2 is there on my left, spotting him and keeping him lit up for me. So I can just roll out and do stuff like that. It's beautiful. Someone's in the cab. Here we go. One more. Come on. That's it. That's what we like to see. The T28 Pro is actually currently in the circle. I knew that. I was pretty confident about that because you got spotted there. And this is what I hated. I was ready to fire everything, aimed, and I slightly moved my mouse up at the last second as I fired, which doing to my shot. And then, lo and behold, there's our Chaffee friend. He is running for it. Sneaky little bugger. Oh, he had a monster game. Well done to him. But in a tier 8 battle, the Chaffee is at its orbit. So I thought, now this Chaffee is the bigger threat. He is the threat. He needs to be eliminated in a big way. You just can't have a tank like that running around, particularly in these last moments of the games. They can actually be the tank that make or breaks it using their speed. Now, I've done it many times in the ELC, the AMX 1375, and I've done it in the 12T, surprisingly, at different times when I've played them. You come into your element if you've survived this long, after spotting, moving, shooting, or whatever else. Because there's so few tanks, you've got the battlefield as free game. Only thing is, when you have a wild KV2 chase you down because he knows he's going to kill you, it's not pretty. And this is where he's probably gone, oh, drat. Taking my time, and going, hey Kaz, cop that. Your game is over now, no more playing. And that's how you do it. That's how you win a battle. Now, middle 1800 damage, it's not brilliant, but it's not bad at the same time. This was a great effort, and I was a little bit frustrated at the start with the KV-1S. The SU, whatever he was, SU-152, yeah, he wasn't in a position to really help. The Tiger 2, brilliant play, getting in behind that IS-3, shooting him up, made that corner so much easier to take. And that's what I mean, this has become a tactics area. You've got to really know. Now, great thing is you can't sit up on this hill here and shoot down the circle. You've actually got to get in the positions, and it's pretty open now, that hill. There is a small little ridge line in the middle of the cap circle, created by these sort of mounted rocks here. So yeah. Just give us a sec. And that's about it. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. Can't say much else really, but I've enjoyed these games. El Huluf going to be a great fun map in months to come. But yeah, guys, enjoy your gaming, happy hunting, I'll catch you on those battlefields.